Hello, English students. Welcome to your English class number 32, Advanced Level. Open your PowerPoints and go straight to slide number 2, where you're going to find some expressions / slangs. Okay, so here we have 4 expressions / slangs. They are all related to relationships. So let's take a look. First one we have, it's a booty call. So what's a booty call? Booty call is a call made late at night in order to get intimacy. So when people call you late and it's like someone that you're interested or like you kind of have a thing going on. So, and this person calls you late at night, usually their intentions are, get intimacy. The second one is one night stand. So this is like when you meet somebody and you just decide to stay with this person on that night and no strings attached, just one night and that's it. So it's to have a relationship that lasts only one night. To get laid. So to get laid, it's basically to find somebody to get intimate, like to have intimacy. And the last one is a trophy wife. So a trophy wife is a young, attractive wife regarded as a status symbol for an older man. So a trophy wife is not a very nice thing to say to somebody. Like you would never ask a woman, like, are you a trophy wife? Because this is kind of disrespectful. But people comment and make comments about it when they say like, when they see an older man, like rich older man with a young attractive woman, they say, she's a trophy wife. So this is just something that people comment, but they're not gonna say it to your face. It's it's not gonna be nice. All right, so let's continue. Let's talk about the subject today. On slide number 2, we start the text. All right, so the subject today is a very famous show called The Grey's Anatomy. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Like, let's try to understand why it is so famous, what people continue to watch it after 17 years on air. So let's take a look. Now, The Grey's Anatomy show. You might have never watched a single episode of this medical drama, but I'm sure you heard about it. Grey's Anatomy is a primetime American television show which is on air since 2005 on ABC Broadcasting Company, and in Brazil you can watch it on Sony Channel and also on Netflix, which is always one season behind. Grey's Anatomy's title was inspired in a classic medical text, Grey's Anatomy, and alludes to the show's main characters, Meredith Grey, played by Ellen Pompeo. The show focuses on personal and professional lives of surgical interns and their medical mentors. Most of the action takes place in Seattle Grace Hospital, where Meredith and her peers face obstacles first as interns, striving to become residents, and later as residents who must define their career paths while mentoring interns of their own. But with so many medical shows out there, why is this show so popular? So let's take a closer look. Let's go to the next slide, slide number 4. Firstly, the show started with a well-known group on their cast, such as Patrick Dempsey and Catherine Heigl. Secondly, they are all very attractive. That might have caught some people's attention. And thirdly, series became more and more popular also for having earned numerous Emmy Awards nominations and even won the 2007 Golden Globe for Best Drama. So here's how the story goes. The field of medicine is always a core component of the show's plots. Much of the drama in Grey's Anatomy draws on characters' personal tribulations. The show adopts a humorous treatment of its subject matter. The intense demands of medical professionals necessitate a strong support group, but the relationships that emerge often exacerbate the already difficult tasks of maturing in medicine and in life. The characters' love lives provide an ongoing saga, as the medical staff fall in love with each other or occasionally with patients. The word gray in the show's title also highlights the complex situations in which Meredith and her colleagues find themselves. The success of Grey's Anatomy led to the spin-offs Private Practice 2007 to 2013 and Station 19, which started in 2018. The show was created by Shonda Rhimes, who became known for creating series that feature diverse casts and strong female characters. The show went through various cast changes over the years, including several high-profile departures. You've seen the reasons why it's so popular, so that what brings up another question. So let's see what the other question is on slide number 5. Why is it still on? The answer to that question could be simple. It still has great ratings, but there's more to it. Here are the top 5 reasons why the show lasts that long. Number 1, an inexhaustibly large cast. As Grey's Anatomy is set at a hospital and focuses on members of a surgical residency program, these programs train surgeons before they scatter to other hospitals. Someone can always get a job and leave, so it's easy to write someone out. So there's always something new and someone new, which helps the story to go on. Number 2, the willingness of its leading lady to keep going. Ellen Pompeo has played Dr. Meredith Grey since its inception, first as an intern and now a rock star attending general surgeon. There's something gratifying in seeing someone who goes through the lowest of low, the death of her husband, and the highest of highs, winning a coveted surgical award. Slide number 6. Reason number 3. The show evolves for the current matters. If you've seen in headlines, chances are you've seen on Grey's. The series has featured storylines about everything from gender reassignment surgery to the effect of racism. On season 14, writers tackled the #MeToo movement head-on with a plot featuring prestigious surgeon Harper Avery after his on-screen death. It was revealed that a group of women he sexually harassed signed NDAs, non-disclosure agreement. On season 17, doctors are shown struggling with COVID-19 patients. Number 4, resurgence on streaming. Thanks to Netflix, Hulu, and other services, fans can discover all kinds of series. In the case of Grey's Anatomy, viewers have a whole lot to catch up on. Younger viewers have been introduced to the series through Netflix, making millions of new fans follow the show on ABC, keep its ratings up. Number 5, the wackiest plots imaginable. Meredith went through a lot. She survived a drowning, a shooting, a plane crash, complications from pregnancies, and an assault. She's also learned of 3 half-sisters she didn't know about until adulthood. And that's just Meredith. the other characters had to put up with all kinds of stressful and painful situations. All right, slide number 7. The show eventually will get canceled, no doubt, when Pompeo and Rhymes mutually agree it will end. Pompeo's Meredith is the key to the series' longevity, so when she leaves, it will be the time to plug the show, to pull the show's plug. So this is an expression like when someone is clinically dead, you have to pull the plugs to, let the person go. So that's what they say, like when they decide the show is gone, it's done, so they're gonna pull the plug. So here we start with some curiosities of the show. So we have many. Let's take a look. So Sarah Drew, who played April, was really pregnant when her character was. She actually went into labor a few hours after shooting the labor scene on the show. The baby birth was scheduled for 3 weeks later. Next one, all organs on the show. All organs on this are real. Shocking. But wait, they're not human organs. They are taken mostly from lambs and cows. So the organs on the show are real, but they're not human, thank God. Isaiah Washington, who played Dr. Burke, was so committed to his character that he followed real-life surgeons, sometimes for 48-hour shifts, in order to learn every procedure his character would perform. Next one. The actors are only aware of their character's fate 1 or 2 days before shooting the scene. That is meant to keep the mystery of the show. Next one is, all actors were trained by doctors to know how to hold the medical instruments and having the right posture. Slide number 8. The show was supposed to be called Complications, due to the number of challenges the characters face in their professional and private lives. Although the author quickly changed her mind and decided to name it after a medicine book from the 19th century. Then, most episodes were named after popular songs by artists such as the Beatles, R.E.M., Aerosmith, and many others. So I've heard that the Beatles had 8 songs on that were named for the show's episodes, so it's the most that anyone had. Next one is, some of the episodes were directed by cast members, so the actors played their part as directors as well, so they were directing some of the episodes. Next one, although season 6 was widely criticized as the worst season of Grey's Anatomy, the final episode, Death and His Friends, was acclaimed to be the best episode ever. So, very criticized season had the best episode according to some people. The main couple of the show was supposed to be Meredith and Burke, because the writer Shonda Rhimes wanted to have an interracial couple. However, the actress who plays Meredith asked to have another romantic partner because she is married to an African American man. And she didn't think it would be a good idea to have something so close to her personal life on screen. I don't see this as much as a problem, but anyway, she might have her reasons. Next one. All the hospital scenes are shot in Los Angeles, having only the outdoor scenes shot in Seattle. So they're supposedly in Seattle, but actually they are in Los Angeles, like making the hospital scenes, which is most of the show. And only when you see the outdoor scenes, they are actually in the city of Seattle. Isaiah Washington, again, Dr. Burke, was fired from Grey's back in 2007 after using homophobic slur on set. He denied at the time that the slur was directed to anybody in particular, though many felt it was aimed at co-star T.R. Knight, Dr. O'Malley, who at the time wasn't open about his sexuality and got very frustrated for not having the chance to come out at his own pace. So that's one of like the biggest things on like Gossipy about the show. So they have this fight between these actors because one of the actors, he was gay, but he was not open about it. He was still taking his time to come out. And this guy like make these comments like so everybody knew, and the actor, once he gave an interview, he said, yeah, when he said things like that someone there was gay, like everybody was married. He was the only single man on the show, like on the cast, so everybody knew it was him. So it wasn't very cool. So he was like, it was good that he was fired. All right, and so this is it. These are the informations about Grey's Anatomy, and I really followed the show for a long time. Now I'm not following it as much because I think it was supposed to be over many years ago. So it's just it passed its time. So I think this is the last season, season 17. If you never watch it, I'll give it a try. I mean, everybody who start watching usually follows watch for a few seasons, so I think it's worth it. It's a very interesting show. It has like many things going on, a lot of drama, so take a look. If you never watch it, at least try to watch the first episode, see if you like it. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you. See you in class, and bye bye.